My name is Tim Buhor. I'm the head of product at Adthena, and I'm here to talk to you about some of the big improvements that we're going to make in brand protection, which for us is one of the 5 core solutions or areas to focus on in search. So in brand protection, when we started to look at how can we come up with a solution that can really change the way that people can interact with our data to make decisions and best protect their brand and keep people off their brand, we started interviewing a lot of our current clients, a lot of our prospects, and trying to get a sense of what are the big problems that people are facing in protecting their brand in search. And we came up with kind of 2 big areas to focus on. The first is around brand bidding. So brand bidding, am I optimizing the use of my brand across search terms? When people search for my brand and anything else with it, are they getting to my site? Are they getting to where I want them to go? Or are my competitors actually going in and stealing those clients away? Like the folks at PhD mentioned, this is home turf. This is where we should be capitalizing on the great thing that is our brand, and if our competitors are coming in and beating us there, we should know, 1, that it's happening, and 2, what can we do about it? So that's the first area that we decided to focus on. The other area for us in brand was beyond the actual brand bidding is our trademarks. So many of our clients have networks of partners, of resellers, of retailers, of all kinds of different entities that might or might not be allowed to use their brand in ad copy or in extensions or and even in URLs. Being able to get a good sense of, is anyone violating my trademark? Is anyone actually going in and using my brand in a way that I wouldn't want them to or that they're not legally allowed to? If I've set up rules and relationships with various entities and I'm allowing them to use my brand in a specific way, are they respecting that agreement, or are they actually pushing a little past where they should be? So all those kinds of questions, and being able to make the takedown process, which is incredibly time consuming and difficult when I do find infringements, more efficient, is where we also decided to focus on. This is all kind of a sneak preview. So you're going to see that I blurred out the dashboards. And this is because we're actively working on this. So we're constantly getting feedback. We don't expect to get it perfectly right the first time. We do encourage you, if you're one of our clients, to reach out. Got the link at the back of this, and come and get a more detailed walkthrough of what we're doing and how we're working on it. And we will continue to iterate on this. But let's focus on brand bidding first. So in brand bidding, the problem that we're trying to focus on is trying to make sure that we understand the competitor activity on all of my brand and brand generic terms, and that whatever strategy we might have to capitalize on our brands, we're doing that right, and we're actually executing the way we want to. So the first part that we're going to do in the brand bidding dashboard is going to be around my metrics. Am I getting the share of clicks, the share of impressions that I'm expecting? How's my share of spend compared to my competitors? Am I spending more than I think I should be, less than I think I should be? Where are the average positions of my ads? And of course, all of this entirely filterable, like everything we do at Adthena, by category, by geography, and by all kinds of AI-generated types of segmentation that you can imagine, or ones that you've created yourselves. So if you want to look at a specific group of competitors, if you want to look at a specific group of search terms, you can do that and see how am I stacking up. And another major element of that is being able to compare 2 time ranges. So say you've made a change and you want to see, is that change actually having the effect that I expect it to? You can put in 2 time ranges and say, all right, let's see how that's affected my metrics. Over these search terms, have I gone up since last week, since last month, since whenever I made that change? Am I seeing the results that I expect to? All of this intended to give you a snapshot of your health on brand bidding, and to give you the power to just control what you want to control around protecting your brand. Moving further down, we'll have a whole element of opportunity detection. So starting to get into the questions of, are there brand terms where I'm not bidding but my competitors are and they're stealing a bunch of my clicks? Are there brand terms where I am bidding, nobody else is, and actually I'm the top organic paid result, so I'm kind of wasting my money? Are there brand terms where I am bidding, my competitors are well, but actually I'm showing up so low that I'm probably losing a bunch of clicks? And if I increase my spend by X, maybe I could move up to a higher position and get more clicks. Those types of questions are the ones we want to be able to answer to give you a sense of what's the next step? How can I optimize my strategy? How can I be more effective with the money that I am spending? Or if I have a little more money to spend on my brand, where should I spend it? Where's the best area to focus on? So that'll be kind of the second part of this. And then the rest is a dive into data to get into either diagnosing a problem if something's going wrong, or getting the exact insight that I need to optimize my strategy. So it's going to be, we're going to be able to answer questions like, what is my competitor's strategy? Are they spending a lot of money? Are they getting a lot of impressions? Are they getting a lot of clicks? On which brand terms are they focusing? Which brand terms are getting a lot of traffic? At what time in the day are they focusing on specific terms of mine with my brand? All those types of questions, all filterable and actionable, to be able to understand specifically, whichever the question might be, how do I make that next step and how am I doing? And it goes all the way down to looking at kind of the top ads that competitors are placing on my brand terms, to looking at kind of the hottest terms, the ones where someone's really focusing. If I want to look at one competitor, I can do that. If I want to look at a group, I can do that. And all of this, of course, what we don't want is for you to have to log in 50 times a day if you don't want to. So all of this will be then configurable through alerts and reports. So if you want to go get a dump weekly of a specific section of this or a specific area filtered in a certain way, you can. If you want us to send you an alert when a specific competitor increases their share of spend on specific search terms, you can. So all of this to enable you to keep tabs on the part of your brand bidding that you care about, and to be able to then, if you're thinking, can I be more effective, to go in and have all of the data at your fingertips to answer that question. And I forgot which of these buttons goes next, so let's gamble here. Got it right. Second big area, infringements. So this is, again, when any competitor uses your brand in their ad copy, in their destination URL, in their extensions, or anywhere that they place. Sometimes this is actually okay because you set up a relationship with someone. It might be your reseller, it might be another type of partner, and you've allowed them use of your trademarks in a specific context. Sometimes it's not, right? Because that would be a trademark infringement if it's a direct competitor and they're starting to use your brand in a sneaky way, or a misspelling of your brand, placing an ad on a term that you didn't know about. So the first thing to note here is that it's really hard to catch infringements, or every infringement. But because of what we call the whole market view, which I hope a lot of you are familiar with, which is Adthena's patented technology, which allows us to identify every search term in the landscape that is relevant to you, whether you're bidding on it or not, we're able to catch infringements, or we will be able to catch infringements when we come out with this, across that entire whole market view. So if someone is placing an ad on any term that's even remotely relevant to your brand and to your business, and it's got your brand on it, and it's a trademark, we should be able to catch it. And of course, this is going to lead to a ton of infringements for some of you, right? And we want you to be able to make this actionable. So all of this is going to be configurable through rules. And you're going to be able to set something like, I want to catch when this specific group of competitors uses these specific trademarks in ad copy on these search terms. You can get as detailed as you want. The key is to give you the opportunity to set this so that you're looking for the trademarks you care most about, while still being able to catch everything. Now, of course, this wouldn't be very useful if you couldn't take action. So it's great, you gave me a dump of 10,000 infringements, what do I do with it? So a major part of our infringement management solution that we're working on is going to be in enabling you to take action more efficiently. So if you want to submit a group of trademarks to your Google rep, you could just check all those trademarks, hit submit, put in the email of your Google rep, and we'll send all the evidence for you. So that kind of take action is going to be kind of a critical aspect of allowing you to better manage your infringements. And of course, none of this would be complete with configurable alerts and reports. So I kind of mentioned it on the brand bidding side, but really this is about allowing you to take advantage of a lot of the automation that Adthena has in place. So if you want to be able to spot anomalies, you can never really come up with every possible scenario, but our AI can, right? So if there's a sudden spike in one competitor's share of clicks and you hadn't set up an alert on that, would you catch it necessarily? Maybe not. Maybe you'd be a little slow in reacting next time you log into the dashboard. With our automation, you should be able to get a report and an alert the next day saying, hey, did you know this change happened? You might want to react to this and jump in and see the kind of the results in your data. Likewise, you should be able to set all kinds of different rules, alerts, and reports to get the data that you need when you want it, and to otherwise not bother and when you're going through your busy day and you don't want to have to actively think, all right, I got to go log in and check all these things to make sure everything's still okay. So we'll have a pretty extensive and complex alerting and reporting system which allows you to set all kinds of different rules and thresholds and things like that so that you get exactly the actionable info you need when you need it, and otherwise you can rest assured that Adthena is looking into it for you and tracking everything. So that's kind of a sneak preview of what we're planning. All of this is targeted for this quarter, so next few months. If you have any questions or you want to find out more, we have, of course, our lovely website, adthena.com/getoffmybrand. If you're a current customer, you have access to your customer success manager who can set up some time with us to give you a deeper dive, get your feedback, get your thoughts. Had you thought about this use case? Had you thought about that? We want to hear it, because we're never going to get it perfectly right the first time anyway, but we want to get as close as possible. And that's my personal email if you have kind of any other questions or thoughts or anything like that. So that's it. Any questions or thoughts, anything? All right. Thank you.